Ripple XRP, so 99% won't believe this, is something that I'm going to show you, and also in relation to the 8th of April, it is a very important deadline and it is already working, so don't give up as of now. We do actually have some huge news coming in from the SEC with regards to the lawsuit. I'm not really sure if it is good news, but I'm going to be breaking down what exactly is going on. We will also be having a look at how BlackRock could potentially be trying to manipulate you so you move out of your position in cryptocurrency, and more specifically in XRP or other altcoins. And we will also be having a look at the price action of both XRP and XLM coin today. So all I ask from you is to tune into the channel by subscribing and also liking the video as well. It does help with the channel. If you do want to become a member, I do appreciate the support. The link is down below, or what you have to do is join. And again, when it comes to the comment section, I do like to see all of the newbies as well as returning viewers. I always reply to every single comment. So let's first have a look at what I mean by when I say that they want to move you out of your position and don't give up. Well, we have over here coming in from Chad that BlackRock is going to steamroll quite a few crypto people because they think BlackRock is going to turn around and dump on the market. Now, is this a stupid idea that BlackRock could do this? Well, it isn't really, right? At the end of the day, many of these financial institutions do screw over a lot of people, particularly retail investors, with ones that usually end up, for example, losing quite a lot of money in some instances because they can control the market. And so I do understand why people fear that. However, when it comes to cryptocurrency as of late, we've seen Bitcoin rally now to roughly around about $67,000. It was able to increase by about $20,000. And this is just 3 months into the year of 2024. So it just goes to show that there is a lot of interest. And of course, when Bitcoin pumps, quite a few of the other altcoins also pump as well. So it could be the case that BlackRock could be doing that, but I think that the likely case is that BlackRock are potentially trying to buy you out of your own position. So this is 100% wrong and shows the willful blindness to the new market. BlackRock will buy Bitcoin from now until they have it all. And unfortunately, because of the fact that they will be able to own a large majority of that Bitcoin, that means that it has become centralized compared to what it was before, which is when it was decentralized. But if any of you guys managed to buy Bitcoin, then well done to you, especially when it was only a couple of $100, because you would have made massive gains. But essentially, after we had that spot Bitcoin ETS, we've obviously had these institutions now take control of Bitcoin in a way, in that aspect, but not of Bitcoin itself. But it just goes to show what is happening in the market in general. And this is what I mean when you shouldn't really give up. Now, news coming in with the SEC case. So Brad Garlinghouse posted this yesterday. So you want to be up to date with this because it's very important. And obviously we're going to have to make a decision on this because the SEC plans to ask the judge for $2 billion in a case that involved no allegations, let alone findings of fraud or recklessness. There's absolutely no precedent for this. We will continue to expose the SEC for what they are when we respond to this. Now, this only came out on the 25th of March, which was yesterday. And as you can imagine, when I saw that 2 billion mark, I was thinking, is that a B or is it actually meant to be an M? Because I actually thought that we would have been fined roughly around about maybe $20 million if that were even the case, because the original amount I think was around about maybe $700 million, and then some lawyers were coming out within the XRP space saying that it won't be as much as $200 million. It could be $20 million or it could be less, but I don't think that anybody anticipated for this $2 billion mark. And I think this is a problem right here that we have. You know, it's astronomical, right? I don't know whether to laugh or pretty much just cry at this rate because it's ridiculous. And we all know that it's highly unlikely that Ripple will actually be paying $2 billion, especially again when the SEC are accusing of Ripple of all of these things. And it seems like as if the SEC are just not backing down. And it's also getting worse as well because we are now towards the end of March. And I'm more than sure that our remedies related discovery stage, which is roundabout right now, we don't really have that much time left because it was expected that this lawsuit would be pretty much done and over with probably by the end of May or June. But now that we've actually got this in the bag, it seems like as if the SEC has just thrown a massive spanner in the works. Now, some people have actually said that we should just pay the fine, or Ripple should pay the fine and be over and done with it. But I don't think that that should be the case. At the end of the day, to pay $2 billion is downright diabolical, but to pay money to the SEC for something that you have not committed is also diabolical as well. So this is obviously some big news. And he also said that Gensler's SEC has repeatedly acted outside the law, not going unnoticed by judges, admonishing the agency for gross abuse of the power entrusted to it by Congress and for acting without faithful allegiance to the law. Let's also not forget Gensler's lack of intention to Sam Bankman-Fried's fraud. So obviously we did see, I think roughly around about a month ago, some papers came out saying that the attorneys that worked for the SEC were actually committing lies, right? They were misrepresenting certain things which should be the truth and upholding the law. And unfortunately, they just weren't doing that at all. So again, this is something that Ripple are going to have to fight, unfortunately, but it does seem like as if it's going to go on for quite some time now. We also have from Chris Larson a response in relation to this, saying that the Gensler's SEC has become unhinged and this will not and should not go unnoticed in an election year, as the SEC single-handedly thinks it's above the law, dragging the US further behind other G20 countries. I'm definitely intrigued and interested to see what the judge is going to be saying about this with the fine and whether or not they're going to be paying this. Again, as I will mention, I do think that Ripple won't be paying this fine. It should be much less and it should be reduced, but let's see what comes out from this. So in relation to the 8th of April, it's an important deadline coming over from the Electronic Payments International article. The EU has now increased the pressure on banks to adopt instant payments, and they've done this so they don't have to rely on other sort of payments and platforms. So you'll see over here that it will make the instant payments in euro fully available, and it is to enhance the strategic independence of the European economic and financial sector. And it means that they won't be relying on companies such as Visa and MasterCard. And it's also to reduce the risk of the stability and sovereignty of the European financial system. So in terms of the deadline, we have the fact that it's going to be coming into effect on the 8th of April, and that the EU's 27 member states will have just 9 months to comply, meaning that it will be able to receive instant credit transfers in euros by the 9th of January 2025. So you can see over here that we are slowly having that migration, and it will only be roughly a month now until we see the start of it. So it's pretty good stuff to see that it is reducing the reliance on these different companies and that they will be accepting the euro in all of these states as well. Now let's have a look at the price action of XRP. So we are currently trading at 63 cents for today. On the one-day chart, we are down by 2.48%, and for the volume, we are up by 29.88%, and we're trading at $2.1 billion. So if we have a look at where we were trading yesterday on the 25th, we actually did hit a nice 65 cents, which is pretty good at 0.65. So 65 cents is my price target that I was currently aiming for before we head to the upside of 68 cents. But we have come down by 2 cents roughly. You'll see we're just in the red as of today. The lowest point that we actually went to was 0.6285. For the 7-day chart, you'll see that we are up by 4.3%. And so we're not doing too bad really, because we are in the green. So if we have a look at the start of the week, we were trading at 0.05824. This was on the 19th of March. And then on the 21st of March, we did actually hit 0.6371. And on the 24th to 0.6251. And then we took that nice little spike to 65 cents. As we can see over here, we're not doing too bad really. I mean, 63 cents is pretty good for XRP, considering the fact that we were at 59 cents and even below that at 56 cents, which I don't really like to be in that zone. I prefer to be up and above for 60 cents. That's what I'm currently looking for. And on the 1 month chart, we are up by a nice 15%. So if we have a look at where we started on the 27th of February, we were trading at 55 cents. We did actually take a low all of the way to, if I just have a look, at 0.5729 on the 5th of March. That was in the earlier part of March in general. And then we went to that nice high of 0.7253. Really good stuff, because we haven't been that high for some time. Now the short-term price target for XRP in general that I'm looking at, again, 65 cents. Let's see if we can touch it this week. And if we can, then let's head up to 68 cents. If we don't and we see some downside, then I am looking at that 61 cent zone. For Stellar XLM, we are trading at 0.13